5 keys to creating an awesome listing for Poshmark. Hi and welcome to Vines Apparel. In this video, I'll be discussing the importance of creating listings that draw the buyer in to provide more opportunities for sales, shares, and follows. Creating impressive listings is a vital part of your Poshmark success. Yes, sharing and following plays a major role, but if your listings aren't up to par, you can share and follow as much as you want to and be left with the question of why you aren't making any sales or getting likes and follows. There are 5 key factors to creating an awesome listing: your images, the title, the description, filter details, and the price. Some of these factors may seem more important to some than others, but all of these factors are essential to having the best listings possible. Number 1, your images. I want to start off by saying that you don't have to be a photography guru to create quality photos. Sure, it would help, but that's not quite what this is about. The key factors of a great photo for your listing is clarity, light, angle, minor distractions, and minimal post-editing. Eye-catching photos are clear, bright, simple, and look realistic. Fun, artistic, abstract photos are okay in most settings, but here, less is more. The ultimate goal here is to get your item sold. The easiest way to do that is to ensure that the customer can see your item in its best light. Pun intended. When taking your photos, use sufficient lighting and simple background settings. Adding your personality to your photos is highly encouraged, but if you have not practiced lighting techniques and you have a whole outfit laid out on top of the item you're selling, you'll pretty much have a jumbled mess. You'll also want to pump the brakes on major editing techniques. Editing for clarity, lighting, and background removal is fine, but edits that involve changing the whole concept of the item is a bit much, and it's more like false advertising than anything else. While I'm on this topic, I want to send a shout out to my PFFs that bought from me when I first started. My pictures aren't all that perfect now, but once upon a time they were hideous. I'm so thankful that they took a chance and bought from me. Yikes. Number 2, your title. Your title should lead the customer right to your listing. What I mean by this is list your item as if it were being typed into a search engine. Enter as much detail as the characters will allow. Your title should be telling the customer exactly what they're buying. If you didn't know, when searching on Google using the shop option, for example, listings that include the same keywords and characters as the buyer's search will populate in the search results, making it easier for your listings to be found whether the potential buyer is a member of Poshmark or not. Number 3, the description. When writing your item description, ensure that you include as much detail as possible. List fabric, measurements, and color for apparel and dimensions, what it's made of, like plastic, metal, or wood for home goods. You'll also want to add notes regarding the condition, like if it's nearly new, slightly faded, chipped, or dented. Or for apparel, how the item is sized, like if it runs small or large. I haven't personally done this lately, but it's also a cool idea to add catchy narrative to your description. Some postures are really good about painting a visual picture in their descriptions, causing the customer to be drawn even more to the item they already like. This is a quick overview of the description details that should be in your listing, but if you would like to learn more about writing an awesome description, check out my video, How to Write an Awesome Item Description. Number 4, the filter details. When searching for items, you can filter the search results by type, category, brand, size, price, condition, and availability. When creating your listing, be sure to include as much filter detail as possible to allow your items to be found easier. When selecting the category, if the subcategory doesn't list the type of item you're selling, try to choose something that is as close to the subcategory as possible. If your item doesn't fall into a subcategory, you may have to leave this blank to ensure that your item isn't misrepresented. I don't think I have to get into details of entering the quantity, but here you're simply entering the amount of the item that you have. If you have multiple pieces of the same item, use the multi-item option to select the applicable sizing choices. Select the size of your item by entering the size listed on the tag. If the item runs small but the item is listed as an extra large on the tag, include this information in your description, not the size. Next will be the item condition, whether it's new with tag, used, or boutique. When completing this portion, be honest about the current status of the item. If you consider something new, but it's never been used, but the tag was removed, it is no longer considered new with tag. It is now used. If you're not sure what's considered new with tag, Posh's new with tag policy states, an item is new with tag if it is brand new, unused, and has all of its original tags attached. All original packaging, box, dust bag, authenticity tags, etc. should be included with your item if applicable. Items that are new without tag and original packaging are not considered to be new with tag. The brand field is a drop-down menu of possible choices that will populate as you type. If your brand is not listed, you can enter it manually. For the color, enter the most dominant colors for the item. For example, if you were selling this shirt, you would list red and blue as the dominant colors. Number 5, your pricing. When pricing your items, sell high enough to make a profit but low enough to make it worth the buyer's time. You should never charge full retail on Poshmark. It's not what this market is for, and you can lose a lot of traction if your prices are too expensive. On the flip side of that, you could also lose traction if your prices are too low. The best rule of thumb is to search for the item you're listing in the Poshmark app to see comparable listings. Pay attention to the pricing of the item based on the condition. If someone is selling a new scarf for $20 and you have the exact same scarf that you wore once, it's not feasible for you to sell yours for $25. Creating an awesome listing can be a make or break factor for sales. Listings with as much information as possible not only do better on Poshmark, they can be seen via other media platforms, opening the door for a whole new set of buyers. If you're truly serious about your Poshmark success, you have to be serious about the amount of detail you're putting into your listings. I hope this video has been helpful, informative, and serves as a tool that will help you reach Poshmark success. And as always, have fun, explore the community, create connections, and make some money. Happy poshing!